Tommy Fury's a guy with very broad shoulders, but he also gives a lot of press conferences, and a narrow peak lapel would look absurd on Tommy Fury.
What kind of lapels should you choose for your suit?
That is a very common question that we get asked. What kind of lapels should a man choose for a suit? Well, we're going to refer to the Dress Like a Boss. This is Michael Franzese's Guide to Style and Elegance, guys. If you want to know how to dress well, why not ask a mafia boss? He'll tell you. There are multiple considerations in choosing a lapel for your suit. One consideration would be, is this your first suit? Is this your second suit? Is this your 10th suit, right? But for the guys watching this channel, I'm going to just assume two things. Number one, you're probably thinking about your first, second, or third suit. Like, you don't have 38 suits in your wardrobe like me. And the second thing I'm going to consider is what's going to be useful in most different events for you, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to get a suit, even if it's a blue solid, pick up a shawl lapel, which is completely inappropriate for business or daily wear, and then what you have is effectively a navy tuxedo, and what you needed was a suit. Okay, so the guide actually has a beautiful explanation of the different lapel types and when it's appropriate to wear them. So we're going to start there. And the most useful, meaning most utilitarian lapel, is the notch lapel, because you can wear it at formal events, you can wear it for business events, business casual, and daily wear. Now, a peak lapel is actually better for formal events, but a notch lapel is still appropriate for formal events. Whereas if you have a shawl lapel, it's only appropriate for formal events. But if you want to have the most use, you want to go with a notch lapel, which is not what I'm wearing a peak lapel, but there's another reason to consider whether you want to go notch or peak outside of just what the purpose of wearing it is. Now, okay, look guys, if you don't wear suits on a daily basis, if you just need suits for different kind of events, but you don't wear them every day, then yes, a peak lapel is just fine, because the peak lapel is the one that's not appropriate for daily wear, but it's appropriate for everything else. But you also want to consider your body shape. Okay, now we're going to continue down this guide, guys. This is very, very cool and very, very important. There are different kinds of body shapes that are going to evoke the use of different kind of lapels. For example, if you're somebody with very broad shoulders and you want to go for a peak lapel, you want to make sure that your peak lapel is going to be correctly adjusted for the width. One example is Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury is a guy with very broad shoulders, but he also gives a lot of press conferences, so I wanted something for Tommy that's a little bit more formal, but also pays homage to the fact that his shoulders are very wide, and a narrow peak lapel would look absurd on Tommy Fury. So if you look at his suits, what we have is a wider lapel, not quite a 40s, but something like a 4.5-inch lapel to sort of compensate for the width of his shoulders. We did the same thing for Martin Ford, and if you look at our suits for Phil Heath and Ronnie Coleman, these guys that are massive, you know, massive chest, massive shoulders, we also consider that in the width of their lapel. Okay, now for most normal guys that are not bodybuilder types, you generally want to go with a notch lapel because it gives you more options. And then once you get into your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th suits, as you build out your wardrobe, then you can explore the peak lapels. But again, that's not going to be a daily wear suit. And your shawl lapel, well, that's only for tuxedos.